And imagine I'm not there. Uh, I don't actually remember what a song about, so I'm just gonna. Like, I just have one. I look at myself and I'm like, I don't even think it has that much to do with like how pretty
Don't move
I am.
this. Don't move a video of me watching myself.
This thing. To participate in the way that I observe it, and it's like I've been just at this for like years. Like I'm actually just like still sitting with issues I've been sitting with since I was like 17 of like I'm constantly observing the world instead of in it. I'm constantly like debating how I look and like how my this kind of vanity and I'm constantly thinking about my death and not seizing the day and I'm you know yeah. Um I mean, I think I feel better about um like I think thinking so much about my issues and my problems that used to like really spin me out. And then I actually had to like really cold hard stop because um yeah, because it was just kind of like a lot. And it still is. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I'm feeling better about it in terms of like I feel less like skittish, like less frantic about it, even though it's not like not frantic. I've honestly like settled into myself a lot since high school, which is like really such a feat. Like I definitely feel like my high school self, like my 15-year-old self would be so proud of who I am right now. In terms of just like this is me. I feel fine about it. um I can't believe I'm still that girl, like who is still kind of that like freshman, I actually feel like very um different. And I don't know, maybe it's just because I had red hair or something. 'Cause I'm like, oh, I mean, I would never do that again. I would never choose to put my hair like that again. Um, but no, I'm just, I don't know. It's hard sometimes to like actually recognize how far you've come. Like my life right now, it's tough, and I'm trying to take steps, and I'm trying to do that while it's tough, and that is causing me to backslide a bit. And I don't really know how else to kind of deal with it besides this, which makes me feel sad to like, or I don't even know if sad's the right word, frustrated, honestly, to like have to, because I don't have like the focus right now to try to put it into art, or the discipline to try to exercise my way through it, or the calm nervous system to talk to people, you know? And so this is the only thing that like works. And I don't like smoke, or I don't do drugs, and I don't like drink, and I don't drown my sorrows out with anything but TV and this. Mm, so I think this is like there's definitely worse ways. Like it's not that I'm not that healthy about it. Like it's kind of excessive. But I think there are worse ways to deal with your feelings than trying to like overthink them, you know. um but yeah, I guess I just wanted to mention the like looking thing. I do not think that ice cream was good for my state at the moment. I do think I'm really pretty. And then when I think about that, I think about why I've never had a relationship. And then I remember that, like, I refuse to let anyone get close to me. I never thought of myself as, like, a recluse. Like, I always thought, but the thing is, I've never given anyone a chance in that way. You know what I mean? I mean, I kind of have, I've tried, but, like, I don't know, even, like, before, it's also, like, I feel like I had Ariana, which means I didn't feel like I needed to. um, but yeah, I feel like I've always been like a performer, and I've always like been like this clown kind of, and that's how I made connections with people. And they would always be like surface level, and they would always not go any deeper than, you know. And even when I did share, I remember telling like everyone that I masturbated in fourth grade. Not everyone, but like I don't know, it came up and I was pretty shameless about it. And that's a part of like my performativeness, part of my like clownship. It's like sometimes I fake being dumb. Like it's not even fake it. It's just I can be kind of oblivious and sometimes I can be funny and so sometimes I like play into it a bit. Sometimes I can be kind of forward. Sometimes it can be funny, sometimes I would play into it. Um I could get excited. Sometimes it's like a bit of a spectacle, so I play it up. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, yeah, I did that for so long. And I stopped. Like, I feel like when I got to university, when I even got to like 12th grade, I just, because I would also like try to look good every day. Like, I would try to like be this fashiony set. I would just try to like have this like blazing personhood and personality. And because I got tired, I'm just like, I just want to like have a stable sense of self maybe before I like put all of that on, do all of that, like be so performative like that. I want to at least perform a version of myself I feel is true and I feel solid in. And 3 years later, it hasn't quite happened yet, but I'm working on it for sure. I feel a lot. I do think it was the right choice to pull back from like TikTok and like that kind of life that I was in. And like of course I feel more isolated, but I feel like I also have acknowledged that I feel lonely. I feel like I never used to think that. And that's what I was saying, that like I never used to think I was bad with people or I was like a recluse or I was, you know what I mean? I thought like I had friends. I thought like my social life was, I was like a butterfly. You know what I mean? I thought, and I mean, it's not that I wasn't, but I wasn't like an honest one. Like it wasn't, you know, and so when I started to be honest and actually act according to how I felt, I like hermited the fuck like so much. And it felt disingenuous because I love people. Oh my god, I love people. I love talking to people. I love making connections. I love learning about people. I love teamwork. I love like cooperation. I think it's so fun that like I'm a human and other people are humans and that like we get to like be humans together. Like and all the time when I like recluse like this. I miss it. And I love that I'm saying recluse like this as if it's not, I don't live alone and it's not like 2 a.m. Like, this isn't reclusing, this is living alone. But, um, um, yeah, like, yeah. Um, yeah, I do really love people, but I'm convinced people don't love me. Like, I'm convinced that I really am excited about others and about community, and other people are more focused on their relationships and goals, I guess. And I don't know, like, they're just more focused on like other things, and then I think I should be more focused on those things. And like, I just care about people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just care. Like I don't really, like, especially when I'm with someone. Sometimes, like, I felt this way a lot with Ariana, where like I would be with her, and like her company is all I cared about. You know what I mean? But like, I would see her, and it seemed like there's a billion other things she'd rather be doing. Some like phone game, or like sleeping, or like, I don't know. She would like, I don't know, right? And even like with MJ sometimes, like, not, I don't feel that way much with him, but like, I like his being with in his presence with him is like the most exciting thing. And then like, I don't know, just when he wanted to like do anything that didn't involve me, I'd be like disappointed. And I don't know, I feel that way at parties and shit too. I don't know. It's I feel like the chance at like really clicking with people is so exciting to me. And I think I get so anxious because I really don't want to fuck it up, you know? And like, I know factually I'm likable, but like, feeling it is just hard, I guess. I cannot believe how well that, like, whatever. Because like, oh, hold on, I want to go a little bit deeper because I don't even think it is that much about like, oh, will people like me? I think it's like, will I put people off? You know, because I think I know that they will like me until, you know what I mean? I feel like there's always a shoe. I feel like, s- like, I don't know, I feel like either people won't care about me and they'll like overlook me and I'm not worth noticing or something to some people. And I know it's not like the objective truth, but like, no, it's not even my truth. You know what I mean? I just feel like, I don't know. I guess I feel like to most people, I don't seem like a special person. Um, and I guess I've kind of decided that that is fine, and the people like who have my kind of sensibility won't overlook me, you know? And so there's that, and then there's like, I don't know, I guess me treating everyone like they're the same, and that like everyone would generally like me, and that, you know, any hitch, any awkwardness, maybe they're having a bad day and they're whatever. anything, it's because of some aspect of my personality that I failed to manage. You know what I mean? It's because I was too excited because I didn't do this right because I blah 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 blah. I think before when I was so performative, it felt easier to like feel like I'm hitting a wall with people because I knew I was being a more performative version of myself. Whereas now it's like I'm not really trying to. So when I hit a wall with people, it feels more like it's because of me. It's because, you know what I mean? It feels more like I can't say, oh, it's fine that they don't like me. I wasn't being myself anyway. They would probably like the real me, but like, no, now I'm like putting the real me out there. And so whenever it doesn't land, it's hard enough to take it personally. um, I honestly, I don't even think I really knew who the real me was that well in high school, and so now I feel like I'm happy to kind of get to know myself, and it's just not always easy to put myself out there, especially now that I feel like, you know what I mean? I know what I'm actually like, I know what I have to offer, and the idea that like that's still just kind of like meh to some people is like where did that come from? So how much I like people? Yeah, because like people are all that like and like being social, right? I was talking about like how I'm realizing like I'm lonely and I don't know, yeah, being performative and how that relates to like wanting to be seen a certain way, right? And how I I think that's obviously where it came from. My whole life I've actually like been very like masky, like I've been very like trying to always just like be like come off a certain way, and I've been trying to stop that lately, and it's um not been easy. It's not been easy. It's also just like led to me not having the words to explain like why I am the way I am. Like I feel like before, like I like hid a lot, so I didn't. I was never like no one ever thought, oh, it's kind of strange, or but they did, but you know what I mean. Once again, I would do it in ways that I thought would kind of work socially. You know what I mean? But now it's like no. Like I remember getting like scared and like reacting, and everyone in my like improv club was just like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh," and I don't know, I just didn't have words to explain, and I don't know. I feel like I in the past I would have had some story ready to go, and I would have said it anxiously, and I would have felt weird after. And instead, it's like I just had nothing to say, and it was really awkward, and then I kind of moved on, which is good. But it's also like I it to me that memory feels like on it's like on a list of memories of the past year or two where I've just been myself and people were confused. And I'm like, okay, that's I mean, that's what I want at the end of the day. Like I want to like know who I shouldn't like bother that much with. Like I want to be able to just be myself and like okay, that's fine if 90% of people are confused because I'm looking for the 10. You know what I mean? Mm, mm. And it's just that 10 has been really hard to find, and I've been feeling so lonely, and I guess I just don't really know maybe if I should like maybe alter my strategy a bit. Like I don't like, like I have really yet to like click with anyone in like the past like 2 years. You know what I mean? Like proper kind of clicked with Ashanti a little bit with Jordan. Um I clicked pretty well with Ashanti. I'd love to like keep talking to her. But the thing is with her is I could kind of see she's kind of like I don't say masking, but like I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Hard to explain. Um, yeah. So maybe I gotta switch up my strategy. But yeah, it all just feels really intertwined with this thing of like how I look, how my life will look, how like if it doesn't look good, does it matter? And I think of that one like movie or something where well, I don't remember what video I watched, but like the debate was like this old actor who's sort of losing relevance, who doesn't think he's like a real actor, is like trying to put on this like real film and make this real piece of art, and he's struggling between he played a superhero and like this superhero version of himself is on his shoulder telling him that like what he actually wants is to like do another superhero so he can be super relevant so everyone can like see him, and like praise him and whatever. And he's struggling between that and like doing something serious and doing something for the love of it. And this relates to what I was saying about believing in something because it's like part of me wants, the film thing to like commit to something that I believe in, and then a part of me wants the movie, the blockbuster, wants to do something flashy so I can win at life and I can be praised and I can, and I don't know, I just feel like maybe, struggling to seize the day might be me struggling to pick between the two in any given moment. I mean, I wouldn't say in any given moment because a lot of the time it's just me like struggling to do something hard and basic, like something that would like either way I need to do like brush my teeth, but um like when it comes to like okay, yes, I brushed my like I remember today I'm like nope, I'm not gonna let myself whatever I got up, I brushed my teeth, and then I'm like okay, I want to clean my house, and I like just didn't. But like, okay, not cleaning my house, then what? Or like say my house is clean, then what? And I actually remember feeling this way like back in the beginning, even when my life was like pretty good, like back in early September, when like I was actually in a solid routine and I was actually and I felt good and whatever. Cause then, my brother was gone, my house was clean, I was showered, I was whatever. And then I still just kind of sat on my couch, like confused. I'm like, what do I do now? It was the summer. I'm like, what do I do now? Nothing feels justified. You know what I mean? Nothing feels like I could paint. I could go on what? Like I felt like there's so many options, and like anything I picked, I would have just picked for lack of something to do. You know what I mean? Like I would have just picked it because I needed to do something. You know what I mean? I just feel that way a lot. That like that feeling of like I want to actually have a routine and a practice and a dedication. I also want to like be recognized and have like an appealing life and like have that kind of validation. But like neither, like no matter what I choose, if it's motivated through A or B, it still just kind of feels like throwing things at the wall and hoping it's something towards one of those things, and like anticipating this after feeling of like that didn't amount to anything, you know. um and just, yeah. But the thing is, this also relates, wow, relating to everything, this relates to what I was thinking about a couple days ago about how I'm so not good at experiencing things, and I'm always thinking about after the experience or what the experience amounts to. And it's like sometimes, most times, you should just do things to enjoy them, to like have to like titillate yourself, you know. But the thing is that I'm like, okay, well if that's what it is, let me just watch movies. Like why am I like putting so much effort, like, you know what I mean, into like just enjoying myself? Like I'll just watch a movie then. Like they're literally designed to give you an enjoyable experience, like, you know. But then I watch too many movies, I watch too many YouTube videos, and I feel like it's not enough. I'm not doing enough. This experience isn't fulfilling enough, you know? And it's like, okay, something that always makes me feel fulfilled is painting. Is painting, making art. And then I just, I hate what I make, or I can't commit to it. And I mean, like, 9 times out of 10, I hate when I make or I can't commit to it, but that one fucking rocks. Hey, fucking rocks. It's so awesome to be like in the flow of painting and to like be thinking, to be into what I'm making and feeling like decent about it, you know? But do you know what gets in the way? This is something I started this whole thing about. One thing that gets in the way is how does it look? Like, like, am I someone who can like make something look really good in like 10 minutes? Can I make this painting look realistic in like 2 days? You know, um, can I achieve something through this? Can this amount to something fast? You know, and so then the process is like, especially when I'm like actually trying to just paint something realistic, it's hard to actually enjoy the process. Like of course I do, and it's really fun, but I do often think about the end goal and then also all the recognition of the end goal more than the process a lot of the time, and that can ruin it for me for sure. But like, okay, I remember watching this video. I think it was a Sisyphus video about like, you have no goal. This was like last summer. You have no goal. Um, or no, you have a goal and you know you can never reach it, but you enjoy getting to the process of going towards it. And I feel like that is, I'm like really struggling with that, I think. And then it was also like, so I remember part of the video was like, so nothing means anything, everything is fake, now you choose whatever you want. Struggling with that too, you know? I just feel like I'm so postmodern and just disillusioned with everything and trying to figure out how to like have a good, meaningful life in that mindset. And nothing works. And so it makes you think, okay, I need to stop being a postmodern. I need to like pick up Christianity again. Okay, I need to like figure something out, but I like nothing sticks. Nothing sticks. I always come back to this. And struggle with the same issues of vanity and unproductivity and procrastination and loneliness and emotional constipation and frantic expression of myself. Um, and this is something, this is the biggest theme of my life right now. Is that like I worry. A, I worry my life is short. B, I worry it's all just gonna be this, just postmodern and cycle of bad habits, you know. I want like a full, rich, vibrant life, you know. And I want people. I want a family. And I want to do something important. Like I remember watching Ray Broski and I'm trying to remember the guy, Paul Mescal, was like work is pretty much the only thing that gives people direction. Just like whatever you devote yourself to, you know. Usually you need like a vocation to really get into that. And so I feel like for me, it's like, okay, I want people and a vocation. I'm trying really hard to make that happen in my life. Like those are the things I want the most. And I just struggle with a lot of things that get in the way of that, including being really vain. They get in the way of both things, you know. I'm not like really vain, but you know what I mean. I just kind of no. Hmm. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I do really hope I can like get people in a vocation though. Like I can get into a lifestyle that supports, you know, my health and wealth, my relationships and my vocation, you know? Because those things are, I feel like will make me feel good and safe and on the right kind of path and like living that like rich good life that I want to. And so I guess that means like I gotta sort through my shit. So I mean I'm happy I'm in therapy. But I don't know, I feel like I spent the 7 weeks trying to kind of work on stuff like this, like oh my anxiety, oh like my judgment, like oh my like, you know, helplessness. Like I feel like I have all these kind of like emotions at the center of these things and like and you know, obviously a lot of family issues and so I was working with her for the first like 7 sessions on that shit. And I just felt like I was going nowhere. It just felt like I don't know, I feel like the overall across 7 sessions the overall thing is like be present with my emotions more. And she's like better at me than like catching like you know what I mean? It's not that it's bullshit, of course it's not, but it's like I feel like it only works when I'm with her in the session because she's better at me than like catching when I have an emotion that needs to be expressed, you know, and understanding like what that emotion is expressing and needs. because I'm very out of practice, and so it's kind of like she's practicing with me every time, but it's also like we jump every time, and I knew that wouldn't be good, but like I don't know, I just figured she says that I should bring up whatever's pressing, and I'm like, okay, like you're the professional, I guess I will just bring up whatever's pressing, but like yeah. But anyway, this last session I brought up the phobias, the dissociation, the trauma, and I feel like maybe honestly it's something I realized recently is that that's probably at the root of everything. You know, like not all of my issues, but like my nervous system and my emotions and how I respond to all my issues. Yeah, there's probably a little bit of that in all of it. Okay, 36 minutes. And that's like on top of the 10-minute video on my phone, probably. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to keep going. Honestly, I'm not gonna keep going. But this isn't even all of everything. Like, everything always turns into this big dump, this big who am I, this big what is the matter? What am I going through? What does everything mean? But I didn't even mean it to be like that. I kind of really like just want to talk about the vanity thing. I just even like for a book or something, like I just wanted to like get into that a little bit and like when I brought up that movie Falcon Man or whatever, like that's the kind of thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted it to be like 20 minutes of just that, but instead it's an hour of every difficult thing that I'm facing right now, and like my head is spinning. And I don't know. I guess I just feel like if I don't talk about it all, it's going to like affect me without my awareness. But like it affects me with my awareness of it. Like I don't really feel like I need to be that much more aware. Like I don't think everything I've said today is going to like be like, oh, okay. I didn't know I was doing it before, and now I know, and I won't do it anymore. Like that's not what's gonna happen, you know. Um, I just feel like if I want to address all the things I brought up, I should start thinking more about like actions or like I don't know, not intellectualizing, like just figuring some things out. But this isn't like to fix. This is coping. This is coping. This is me not wanting to sit in silence. So.